Okay, so we are back from my grandma's funeral. I'm in the bed, two very nice pillows, and a cover that is very comfy. I'm in the bed, and on the other side of the room, there is a clock. You can hear it's clicking. It's over very nice here. My grandma's funeral was well attended. Lots of people came, and let me tell you that I imagined the whole thing, the whole event, to be different. I thought there will be so many difficulties. It will be hard to get people in one room, and my head run lots of scenarios. And in the end, everything worked out, and there was not a single problem at all. And even people came who we thought they're not gonna come, and they said that they really liked how the event was organized. Yes, it went really well, and obviously I was thinking from my grandma's point of view as well. How would she think about the whole event? And I think she would have loved and absolutely approved of the priest, how he was prepared, how he was delivering the speech. It was absolutely perfect, and he was singing as well. He was making eye contact. He was singing. He was telling stories. He was saying everything perfectly. There was not a single mistake. It was not boring. It was holding all our attention, and it was just perfect. It was not long. It was not short. It was exactly the same time. His pacing, the speed he was talking was just right. We were super lucky to have him, and and it's so important because we are in Hungary, we are in East Europe. In other countries, the people who attend at the funeral, they speak, they talk about, they recall the experiences with the deceased, with the person who passed away, and they saying obviously good things, good memories, good stories, anecdotes. And but in East Europe, in Hungary, we don't do that. There is only one person speaking, and that is the priest. So that's why it's super important what kind of priest we gonna get. And and we were lucky with this priest, and I know that my grandma would approve of him as well. He knew how to talk, he knew how to sing, when when to talk, when to sing, when to deliver advice. I absolutely loved it. 100%, 5 stars, and so on. If this priest would deliver a speech on my funeral, I would be very happy. 100%. The other thing is the weather. When we landed a couple of days ago at the airport in Budapest, the weather forecast said that it's gonna be raining on the day of my grandma's funeral, And on the day, it was actually very nice. It's October, it's autumn, and obviously at the cemetery there are trees, 100, 200, 300 years old, massive, massive trees with billions of leaves now turning yellow and red and brown and all sort of shades, rusty shades. And it was beautiful, and the weather was like like summer, like last day of summer or something. Oh my god, my grandma would have loved it. The sunshine was warm on our skin. It was perfect. And the priest delivered a speech, said Amen to close the speech. And then there was a person walking up the stairs, taking a bow and using his both hands removed the urn with my grandma's ashes, and he walked off. There was a green field, and he walked across this green field, and he placed it to um, it's a sort of like platform, and there was music, and there was like a fountain, like water splashing from the fields, from the green field. And then they scattered my grandma's ashes on this field, and this water, this fountain, was going up so high, like really, really high. And there was this sunshine, and it was like sparkling, and almost kind of I was like expecting like a rainbow or something because of the water and the sunshine. But I didn't see the rainbow, and I asked the other people as well who attended if they saw the rainbow, but they didn't. But still, it was perfect, and that was the first time I attended a funeral where they scatter the ashes of the deceased, and it was very interesting to me, that person who walked up the stairs and took a bow, moving his head, tilting it forward, and there was so much emotion in him, and he was not part of our gathering. He was not a family member. He was working there. He was on the job. He was getting paid by the hour. He shouldn't. It was like moving the urn from one place to another, and probably he was moving 20 urns on that day, and he could be so indifferent, just moving like something, like an object to one place to another. But no, 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 no. He took this very seriously, and when he looked at the urn which contained my grandma's ashes, and he looked at it with so much respect, and there was so deep emotions in his eyes, in his whole presence. And then the bow, and he tilted his head deeply. It was very, very moving. So first the priest speech, and then this person who moved my grandma's urn from one place to another, and then the water fountain and the scattering of ashes. Oh my god, it was very, very emotional. and there were so many people coming from so many places, from different side of, not the city, but from the country. They traveled hours and hours and hours to get here to attend my grandma's funeral. And I thought that they will not gonna stay in one group. I thought, I was worried that they're gonna be staying in small groups and they're gonna be all over the place. But no, when the whole thing started, when the whole thing began, like everyone came, became one team, one group, and we were standing together and listening to the priest and the music, the singing, and it was very very well done. The organizing of my grandma's funeral took weeks. It was extremely difficult. There were so many challenges, and obviously we needed to talk to every single person. And then they were like, someone said that okay they can come, someone said that they cannot, and then all these things, organizing something like this on a weekday, it's extremely difficult because obviously most people are working Monday to Friday. But there are no, I think, I'm not sure about this, but I don't think there is in Hungary. I don't think there is a funeral on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. So it's, if it's a funeral, it got to be Monday to Friday. And yeah, but there were so many people, actually more people came that we thought in the last minute. And I know my grandma would have been very very happy because she loved to party, she loved having lots of people around. And back in her day, and actually I got a little bit of taste of that as well. Back in the day there was not just funerals, but lots of weddings, like lots of weddings. People were going from one wedding to another. There were so many weddings because everyone had so many children. So everyone had so many brothers and sisters, and there were lots of people, lots of children. So there were weddings like all the time, and my grandma was always the soul of the party. She was always right in the middle. And when we were organizing my grandma's funeral, there's so many people um, went through the boxes, where they keep the printed out physical pictures. So we're not talking about pictures that what people keep on their phone or on their social media or places like that. No, we are talking about printed out black and white photos. And we even mentioned that how come that photos from 40, 50, 60 years ago, black and white photos, are in so much better condition than the photos taken 10 or 20 years ago, or even 5 years ago. They really built to last. Obviously they were very expensive back in the day, I can imagine. And now people just taking the pictures on the phone, and it's free basically. But then I'm not sure that people taking pictures right now on their phones gonna last 60 years. Probably most of them gonna disappear. Some people they gonna put this on different platforms. They're gonna use different services to keep them, but most of them probably will get lost. It's not that enduring than the physical ones, and they are such a good quality as well. The black and white photos from 50, 60 years ago, very very good quality. And it was so good to see my grandma and her friends and all the people she grew up with, spent her life with, young and stuff. We were sitting together at the table and we were looking at old photos, and it's always a very special occasion for a family. Oh, yes. And the other thing, I know that my grandma would absolutely approve of the food as well. It was very good, very good. Big plates, um, potatoes, fries, rice, and breaded chicken. Breaded chicken and breaded cheese. There was turkey. There was grilled chicken. There was um, all sort of things. Everything you just you wanna eat in Eastern Europe. So it was perfect. The restaurant where we went to, it's called Halotti Tor. It's basically the last time with the deceased, the last supper with the deceased, and it's tradition. And I was so happy that we did that, and so many people came. So yes, I think my grandma would have approved, definitely. We did everything right, everything played out right, everything was just fine. In the last 5 minutes, I can say that we were worried, but definitely I was very worried. But in the last 5 minutes, everything just came together, all the puzzles, fallen into place, and it was just great. So yeah, thank you for everyone who attended. Thank you for the priest. Thank you for all the people who worked on it to make it great. And thank you for my grandma as well, to have lived such a long, long, long life. So she could be part of our life for a long time. Yeah. Goodbye, grandma. Bye.